Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the P.O.C. pattern of conduct, the ongoing real-time documentation of what is the criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in violation of 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is the pattern of conduct underway by a public entity, that is the state of California, that is engaging in federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California. So this is group conduct. And this is the practicing of what are the criminal elements of monitoring amongst what is the demon possessed. And so this is what is documentation of terrorism as it is underway by a public entity in concert with the people of the state who are in the shoes of the government as this criminal system is in ceaseless operation. And as the state engages in this demented group conduct, this is revealing how the public entity, that is the state of California, that is in the United States of America, how terrorism of an American citizen plays out, what that looks like, how that is facilitated amongst a people, amongst a government, how it is public corruption in plain sight, and not only that, how you formulate policy and how you prosecute that which is demonic conduct, it's demonic activity, but that which is in no way impervious to prosecution in federal court, and being subject to ratification into federal policy. This is the P.O.C. It is currently 8:39 a.m. on Monday, December 27, 2021. I did just capture video of what is RNDC engaging in, that's a commercial actor on camera in the B&G Plaza and Shiro's Liquor. Stalking in the path in the parking lot, which will also be seen on surveillance cameras as they're loitering in the parking lot. And then as I'm exiting, this is the simultaneity of conduct of demons. What you're looking at them doing is pursuant to what they know that I'm doing, all right? And what they are doing in relevant position. The demon of JBT Aerotech, license 897. Hold on, let me get this license. They're entering into the drive-thru of Andy's Burgers, directed light while they enter that drive-thru. This is JBT Aerotech, and I will... let me see, 89970L2, that's what that is. And the group stalker joining behind because I'm moving. They're stalking in the path, 8LET136. I am currently at Andy's Burgers. Hold on, Satan. This license plate, this African-American male speeding up. They're demons that are tracking your every move. And they're under the fake sun, 7WDA100. And what I captured on video is the state's light source that is here. And I captured that at 8:39 a.m. The state's fake sun, as I was speaking to, is present over the Motel 6. In Ontario, which is, again, the state's fake sun, as I showed you at 8:49 a.m., which is the comparison that I drew while I'm showing you it while it's over me at the Motel 6. At the same time, it was over me in that same central position, let alone the fact that it was over the property the afternoon prior where I arrived at 2:47 in the afternoon. And you have what is the state keeping its fake sun at 8:49 in the morning, nowhere near impossible to coexist if this was actually the sun over the Motel 6, which is also accompanied with the directed light inside of the room. I showed you that. 8W98528. This is the Caucasian male who was crossing path, exiting the venue of Andy's Burgers on the video that I'm capturing at 8:39 a.m. under the fake sun. And he is stalking in the path. His shadow is enlarged. He's walking in engineered light. So anyway, the state's fake sun is present at the B&G Plaza. 8XDT281, and these are demons whose license plate I am reciting, and literally as I move around in the parking lot, a demon arrives in the path directly in front of me, because they remain in the path in relevant position. You're talking about coming up close, getting into the parking spot, going to the drive-thru, entering into the driveway in order to cross path. That's what I mean by that, and that's what they're doing as I move. So that's why a couple seconds ago when you saw me read JBT's license plate, I walk over there, that demon directed light, I go over there to get their license plate. The other demon, the African-American male, he immediately speeds up to cross path as I walk back toward my property. All right, and as I walk away from the entrance door, you have another demon that they're patrolling inside. As I exited the Andy's Burgers, that's when RNDC moves their vehicle where they are loitering in the parking lot in alignment to me while I'm inside of Andy's Burgers. Those demons are stalking and monitoring on the opposite side of a parking lot inside of a vehicle, not capable of humanly hearing or seeing what I'm doing. All right, but these are demons that are stalking together as a government, all right, in concert on behalf of the government, and they know exactly what I'm doing, and they began using the truck as a means of audible activity. This is putting it in reverse, and it's an incessant beeping as I am exiting the doors of Andy's Burgers. It's the same pattern of conduct, okay? Demons stalking with audible activity, stalking in the path, stalking with light, okay? Because while they're all moving around under engineered light, directed light is created, which is not sunlight. This is demonic conduct, and it is also the coinciding activity that coexists with moving and around in engineered light. So like I was stating, I captured this on video. And again, it is Monday, December 27, 2021. And this is now 8:43 a.m. And I've already shown you the state's fake sun is over the Ontario Village Shopping Center over my head, where I captured the white-faced, blue-eyed demon, all right, who was engaging in hostility, identifying himself with the demon-possessed Ontario Police Department, acting in conformity to what is revealed about the Ontario Police Department while he is stalking at that Ontario Village Shopping Center under the fake sun at 8:49 a.m. And then I showed you at the Motel 6, the state's fake sun is over that motel, aiming directed light inside of my room while the fake sun is behind the building. Absolutely impossible light. That's terrorism, and that's stalking with light. Albeit the fake sun over that Motel 6 in direct conflict with that presence over my head at the Ontario Village Shopping Center, but in conformity to the pattern of conduct of stalking with the fake sun. All right, so this is what I just captured right now, and that's captured on video. RNDC is called Republic National Distributing Company. They're at S.I.I.S Liquor. This is the facilitating venue. They are under the fake sun, and they are demons that are using this commercial vehicle to stalk with audible activity and stalk in the path. The license plate is 71726Z1. And they are engaging in what is terrorism as they are using the truck instantly as I'm exiting the venue to create audible activity, which is the pattern of conduct of demons. And I will show you this right now. All right, I'm just capturing what is the ongoing direct evidence of stalking by the people and by what is a demon-possessed stalker. The state's fake sun is right there in the capture for what is the very negative campaign, a commercial campaign for RNDC. They're demons that are monitoring American citizens, doing so through the use of their brand on behalf of a government that's monitoring and stalking and terrorizing American citizens. And they are demon possessed. All right. RNDC, Republic National Distributing Company, US.57508, California 6805. Again, that is license 71726Z1, and I did capture those images, which you can see for yourself at 8:44 a.m. It's 8:45 a.m. 8C90550, 7NXN 709, 8XPA 145, 903 LWB. This is a Nevada license plate. They're group stalking, sitting in the parking lot in their car. License 5PZA 864, 8HLU 766, 7AJR 828, 7KNE 299. Now understand the license plate of the one I'm speaking to with the Nevada plate. They are acting on behalf of the entity. That's the people of the state, group stalking, engaging in surveillance, maintaining presence, all right? They are doing the same thing that RNDC is doing. The difference is RNDC is doing it commercially. It is the same government acting through the people, okay? It's called commercial stalking versus a demon that's just using their vehicle, identified as 903 LWB with Nevada license plate. The same with 8C90550, stalking in the parking lot. This demon, Omnitrans, we know that, 1545833 and license 5HKY284. It is currently 8:46 a.m. Alrighty, group stalking on the video. Again, let me read this license plate. 5HKY284, the demon that you see loitering in relevant position, this old Latino male with the backpack on, the gray jacket on, the blue jeans, he's with his communication device in hand, he's engaging in monitoring. They're demons out in plain sight, engaging in the P.O.C. under the fake sun, which is all that you can do when your whole enterprise has been revealed as what it is, demented and stalking and criminal. It is currently 8:52 a.m. and I am showing you what is the state's fake sun that is over the S.I.I.S Liquor, essentially, because I am here, and that's impossible to coexist with being directly over the Motel 6 24 hours ago, as you clearly saw. And I am also reminding the fact that it was over that same Motel 6 while the state was also aiming impossible light activity inside of the room 207 where I was staying, where we arrived at that property at 2:45 p.m. I showed you a video at 2:47 p.m. of the state's fake sun over that venue. Not only that, the state's fake sun is over this B&G Plaza, as I showed you less than 24 hours ago, as I arrived here in the latter part of the morning, 11 o'clock. So the state is, by virtue of this conduct as well, based on documentation stating that the actual sun remains over this literal address, this property, for the duration of the day, because that's the totality of that documentation. I've been here as early as 7:31 a.m. And remained here as late as 3:30 in the afternoon, and the state has kept its fake sun over me. That's not the sun, obviously, but this is the consistent analysis when you are revealing what is stalking with a fake sun. all right, which is also exclusive because what the state is doing with the fake sun in the state of California is revealing the absence, the impossibility that there will be a sun over any sky space in any other state, let alone any other county, because it's very particular to where I am. Being over me at the over the B&G Plaza, over the building where I'm at, aiming directed light all over the place, is very precise with regard to the absence of the light source over the Motel 6. With regard to the absence of the light source being anywhere in the state of Nevada, being anywhere in the state of Memphis, Tennessee, okay? It is currently 8:53 a.m. and that is the state's fake sun, and showing what are the commercial actors. Like I said, those demons that are driving the large commercial trucks, they are a staple with regard to the state's means of commercial stalking. They are habitually, routinely engaging in interstate commerce while they are entering the state lines, the state borders of California, with the intent to engage in placing one under surveillance. The state is monitoring systematically, and they are entering with that criminal intent. This is the pattern of conduct underway, and it is that which you can liberally apply. That policy is applying because the government is monitoring by virtue of what they are doing while they're entering in state lines of California to do it. And you are looking at that while I captured that video. That's the ongoing pattern of conduct, okay? This is, it's 8:54 a.m. I'm inside of S.I.I.S Liquor, and this is P.O.C. All right, 9:03 a.m. I did capture images of what are the two large trucks that I show you loitering on Holt Boulevard, engaging in light activity creation, engaging in surveillance in plain sight. All right, they are loitering up until 9:03 a.m. This is when I take images of them as they are then crossing path under the fake sun. I want to be clear, this is the conspicuous stalking and surveillance of the people of the state for which they're going to be prosecuted. All right, the government system is such that the people of the state are wearing the mask, and I'm putting that figuratively, okay, because there is no mask. You're understanding what is blatant stalking, and as you are in relevant positions, stalking conspicuously in plain sight, that's called terrorism, all right? Especially as you are also monitoring the documentation, and that is what that is documentation of. And this is speaking to understanding what group stalking looks like. It's plain in your face, okay? And this is also understanding what demons look like. They're right in your face. Recognize the face of Satan, because Satan does not have a face. These are demon-possessed stalkers engaging in what is a matter of public corruption on behalf of a government that's practicing a satanic targeting system. They are monitoring in violation of Title 18. And those particular ones, like I said, they represent what are those engaging in commercial stalking. This is what I've been identifying or documenting for a prolonged period. The same demons that are stalking via airplanes, they're engaging in commercial stalking. And they are routinely engaged in, as a part of what they are inherently engaged in, interstate commerce. Okay, so this is the demon-possessed engaging in what is interstate stalking while they are in their line of business, their logo, their trade, their company, which is, again, the commercial mask, if you will, of the state that is targeting you. And engaging in such conspicuous stalking and surveillance is terrorism, for which you shall be prosecuted. All right. And it is 9:05 a.m. I did capture images of what was crossing path, which is still relevant positioning. Loitering and relevant positioning is what they are doing. They're maintaining presence while I'm inside of the S.I.I.S Liquor, while I'm inside of the B&G Plaza, while I am exiting and sitting at the bus stop. All right. And they're not acting individually. That is the identification of one actor on behalf of the government. They're acting with the entire entity that is constantly patrolling. As I'm reading their license plates, they're acting as one. All right. So it is currently 9:06 a.m. and that's what I documented. That is referred to as surveillance. I refer to it as what is loitering in relevant position. You are loitering where you are monitoring with the government. The government has no right to engage in stalking you. And that's what that terminology is precisely describing, because that's exactly what they are doing. All right. It is 9:06 a.m. License plate 8HLU638. All right, monitoring in relevant position at the B&G Plaza, 7CAX296. Coming from what looks like Oscar's Barbershop, license 02771X2. While the state's fake sun is over the B&G Plaza and a demon is flying in a circle above me in a helicopter. Understand that is the same stalking conduct by commercial airline planes as they are pacing, hovering over the B&G Plaza, going around in circles over and over again, pacing repeatedly, crossing path. That's demonic. Pacing and engineered light, that's demonic activity. It's also terrorism while the government is stalking and monitoring. 6EQJ965, and I captured this on video. 5RDS532, and this is the state's fake sun that is over me, and that is the direct indication of what is targeting, and also the ongoing pattern. 8MZJ649, targeting and stalking with the state that's pacing around in a helicopter. That's a psychopath, creating audible activity while they are stalking in the path as well. It is 9:10 a.m. and I captured the state engaging in that method. Moments before the state arrives, understand, the state is stalking and is going nowhere in helicopters and in airplanes. This is the stalker, and this is what the entity was doing last night while I was at 630 North Fern, repeatedly flying over, and I also indicated this in text messages to third-party Tracy Banks. This is a demon who derives pleasure from engaging in this demented pattern of conduct, and so while the entity is amplifying the sound of what is reminiscent of gunshots and flying over in a helicopter, she sends me a text message asking, "Are you okay?" while she is monitoring and terrorizing with the entity. And that's why I specifically cited in that text message what the entity was doing, which was patrolling over the car and helicopter and repeatedly sounding what is gunshots, all right, while I am inside of the vehicle, which she does not care anything about. I am documenting her as well. License plate 1545811 Omnitrans, bus number 2351, is also crossing path on Euclid Avenue while the state is flying in a circle over me by helicopter under the fake sun. I want to be clear, Omnitrans is now crossing paths with what is directed light on the sidewalk. They are one entity acting together, and that act of terrorism is documented on video. It's currently 9:12 a.m., where the state's fake sun remains over me in direct conflict with what I showed, which is remaining over the Motel 6, in direct conflict with what I've also shown, which is remaining over the Ontario Village Shopping Center, which I also show in the video, the absence of any light source even in that direction, contrary to what I'm showing you, while it is remaining directly over my head while I'm west of this location at the Ontario Village Shopping Center. All of this is impossible to coexist with what is in the city of San Dimas and in Glendora, which is in Los Angeles County, west of San Bernardino County, which is where I am in Ontario, where the state had its fake sun over me while I'm at the trails at San Dimas, a third-party facilitating venue where the state was molesting with directed light and keeping a fake sun over that venue, over the vehicle, which I showed in a still image at 8:49 a.m. This is while the state is flying over me in a circle. Understand that conduct of pacing around in engineered light, that's demonic. All right, this is the demon-possessed actor, for example, what you saw and what I described on my podcast. This demon that was given a United States Postal Service vehicle at 10:15 at night while she is running around with a flashlight, that was a demon, okay? Engaging in this conduct while the state was flying over me by helicopter, as you heard on my podcast. I've already documented this, and that's exactly what the entity is doing. You're understanding what are the ongoing elements, the fake sun and engineered light. While demons are crossing path in their vehicles and in commercial vehicles, just like Omnitrans just did right now, directed light molesting me. These are demons that are focused on me in the same way that that demon that's flying a helicopter, for which they are going to federal prison. All right, that's the state acting directly, engaging in what is terrorizing American citizens. This is routine with the pattern of conduct. And let me be clear, the people of the state are directly engaged in that terrorism as well. They're all demons monitoring together. All right, it is currently 9:13 a.m. And again, that is captured in video for WXP 894 8PZ 7185 6PTM 962 6PTM. Okay. That's the first part. 6TBE 408, 7ZTA 851, 8HCA 103, or A03, excuse me, 8RRF 006, and Omnitrans is loitering. That's again 1545811, creating light activity. That's a demon creating flashing light. 60849G2. It's currently 9:14 a.m. All right, this demon's license plate, 8SXA298. This demon's license plate, 8HLT537. UJE 648. Understand also in that video what is included. Third-party facilitating venue, Ontario Town Square, which is right here across the street from me. That is a venue where the people are monitoring. Metro 102 Apartments, a third-party facilitating venue in relevant position. They are monitoring while the state is flying over me in a helicopter. All right, inclusive of also the B&G Plaza where the state's fake sun is right here over the property. 8VNZ 657 09418T2 7GMP 699 6LQH 308 8LWK 634. It's currently 9:15 a.m. 82328K1. 8WOT431. 7BYW367, 7V49776, 00108G3, I believe. 8SDS529. It's 9:16 a.m. 8TNZ713, 8TWJ884, 7KNE299, 8UWM234, 7TQB153, Safety Officer, Ontario Montclair 1570077. Leaving out of the B&G Plaza at 9:16 a.m. on the camera of Omnitrans as well, stalking at the traffic light of Sultana and Hope Boulevard. Omnitrans is leaving now at 9:17 a.m. going toward that red light. That vehicle is on the camera of the Omnitrans. (8PFF404) United States Postal Service. Those are demons. That's the state acting directly, systematically monitoring American citizens in the U.S. 8CNC765, 8ATP144, vehicle number 3315332. That's driven by African American female, going east on Hope Boulevard. 8EQX808. It is 9:17 a.m. Ontario Police group stalking going west on Holt Boulevard. They're on the traffic cameras at Plum and Holt and on the traffic cameras at Euclid and Holt. Group stalking at the red light right now. Crossing path with Omnitrans, which is loitering at Lemon and Holt as well, which is also armed with a surveillance camera. It is currently 9:19 a.m. All right, stalking with the state, who's sounding helicopter activity, 7UPS936. It is 9:21 a.m. License plate 8KEW757. Also, the sheriff is crossing path right now going west on Holt Boulevard. This is on the traffic cameras. They're stalking at the red light. The state is controlling the lights. It's a means of loitering in relevant position while the state is sounding helicopter activity. It just flew what is north across Holt Boulevard, where the Metro 102 parking lot area is. In relevant position, in other words, 37995M2, 5FUL216, 7CKC727, 7YCF297, 5WOT299. BEO 1X95 paper. And the sheriff turns on to transit. Going to what is where I've documented them, I surmise the state facilitating venue of the San Bernardino County building, 8VXA877, which is a state facilitating venue. I've shown you the state's fake sun, including at this time and before and after this time, where I've also showed you the state's directed light inside and outside of that building. They remain in relevant position, engaging in surveillance and stalking, and are intentionally crossing path while the state is sounding helicopter activity as well. This is all deduced from what is the presence of a fake sun and directed light. It is 9:23 a.m. and also the ongoing documented pattern of stalking by the entity. (8NJL438), I believe, or 8NLJ438. BG. I can't really see that one. It's a paper plate on a commercial vehicle. It's 9:23 a.m. All right, the state sounding plane activity. License 8KVW561. And that is the group stalker, which is Southwest Airlines, hovering over the B&G Plaza. The same entity, understand, that's the entity acting via third parties. Southwest engaging in interstate commerce while they are monitoring and stalking in a commercial airline plane. And they're doing the same thing while I'm at the B&G Plaza, hovering over that Stater Brothers, okay, which is west of this location. So that is them hovering from an even farther different distance in order to hover over that venue where the state's fake sun is over me at that venue, and showing what is the stalker that is Southwest American Airlines, monitoring and stalking and terrorizing American citizens. It's 9:26 a.m. License plate 8WAT208. Seven REE 635 9794 OX2 primary care 8C56 046 6XMB. Can't see that one. 8H8. I can't see that one either. You can scratch that. This is Omnitrans coming at 9:26 a.m. License 1302445, bus number 1333, and molesting with directed light. It is currently 9:27 a.m. For UFT 877 6840TE2, driving out of the B&G Plaza. 8F69591, that's Cromwell Tools, engaging in stalking at Mercy House where the state was keeping its fake sun. I documented they would stalk at that dead-end street. 1350803, I believe that's the sheriff, crossing path under the fake sun, now driving east in relevant position. It's 9:27 a.m. Stalking with the state that's flying over by helicopter. License plate 6G8763, substantially similar, while the state flies over by helicopter, and Omnitrans is in relevant position as well. All right, I did pause to capture video of what is the state stalking by helicopter, flying in relevant position, and not going anywhere. Just engaging in crossing path, creating audible activity under the fake sun, which I'm also reminding you about the Ontario police who were group stalking at Ontario Village. And you're seeing what is the maintenance of the fake sun at the B&G Plaza. No light source even in the direction of the Ontario Village Shopping Center, contrary to what I'm showing you, while the Ontario police are stalking in the path, present visibly, engaging in a direct terrorizing threat pursuant to what is the people's pattern of conduct, which is criminal summoning, while they are hostile to your documenting the fact that they are sex offending group stalkers who are demon possessed. At that Ontario Village Shopping Center where the state kept its fake sun at this time, where I was showing you what was the presence of that light source, United States Postal Service is patrolling in this video. Omnitrans is loitering, creating light activity in this video, and that is light activity which is under a fake sun. That's engineered light where they are creating flashing light. That's what demons do. All right. And also the state stalking by helicopter repeatedly. United States Postal Service patrolling around repeatedly. This is demonic activity as I'm revealing it to you. All right, while they are monitoring with communication devices. License 6JQY372. License 23179W2. It is currently 9:31 a.m. and that's what I showed in video. And this is the state keeping its fake sun in Ontario. And Ontario specifically over the B&G Plaza, because this does not coexist with remaining over the Motel 6, which I showed you at 8:49, 8:51 a.m. as I step out. And as I'm exiting at 11, you have what is the state keeping its fake sun over that Motel 6. Remaining over me as in we're driving through what is upland down Euclid Avenue where the state's fake sun is over me at 9:22 a.m., which is what I'm showing you. It's 9:31 a.m. and the state has kept its fake sun over me at the B&G Plaza, okay? Because this is where I am at, and that is not the sun that is mutually exclusive to being in real-time motion, traveling from the Motel 6 back to what is here, the B&G Plaza, where I arrive after 11 o'clock in the morning, by the way, and remain until 12:33 p.m., which is also coexisting with the presence over my head at the Walmart in Glendora at 12:33 p.m., which is the ongoing contrast that I was showing you. And this is what the state is doing while it's stalking by helicopter. That's a demon stalking in a helicopter, and that is what is the grounds for federal prison. While the entity is stalking commercially and stalking by the state acting directly, the Sheriff's Department, the Police Department, the United States Postal Service, all right? It is currently 9:32 a.m. $8XJW169, 8KAU277. 126 171 8YTR 626 297 MW handicap 8DRU 818 7YJS 635 UPL ITC. Let's see, it's 9:33 a.m. 6XJU 071 20508 B1 8CRH. I can't really see the rest of that one. And City of Ontario also crossing path as well. 7GED 851. They're crossing path while I was going through what is the analysis as I captured this video moments ago. They were crossing path while I was describing that. 8KHT 614. And UPS as well on Plum, and then turning west onto Hope Boulevard. It's currently 9:34 a.m. United States Postal Service is a demon crossing path inside of the B&G Plaza. You already know what that is, coexisting with directed light across the storefronts. It's a demon stalking, just wearing a U.S.P.S. vehicle. Group stalking, providing vehicles to demons at night to stalk with the helicopter as well. Where I'm sleeping and this entity knows it. 7ZUC 700 7YAL 089. License plate. That just says 1959 on it. License 7P85176. City of Ontario crossing path again. License 7BPT442. XKV972. GNH 224 MOBOT 6GSN 681 Frontier Communications is now coming from the back part of what was transit. They were on video, crossing path, going toward transit in the parking lot. They are now coming up Plum and crossing path on Holt. They're patrolling around. License 8X34020. That's Frontier Communications, not Frontier Airlines. Two different commercial actors stalking. All right, one using its airplanes, Frontier Airlines, and one using its vehicles, Frontier Communications, and its venues. Frontier Communications has a venue off of Laurel, where the state has placed its fake sun over and directed light. 5XCH052. And also they have a venue on Foothill Boulevard as well in Upland. License 29334X1. 8KSJ686. It is 9:37 a.m. Bus number 1263 is loitering in relevant position at Lemon and Holt, by the way. That's on the opposite side of the street. License plate 92418Z2. 8CTZ873, 8LNJ218, 7019F3, 5LHH379, 5XUG520. License 79782H3, that's KAL Logistics Incorporated. That's a demon in a commercial vehicle, directed light across the pavement while they cross path. 8JTE 828, 2MQW 420, I believe, 8YKG 433, 8051701. That's SoCal Gas. 7PER 382. SoCal Gas enters into B&G Plaza. City of Ontario is crossing path on Plum at Holt. They're going south on Plum Avenue right now. It's 9:38 a.m. And bus number 1263 proceeded west. They're at the light at Holt and Euclid Avenue on traffic cameras, loitering in relevant position. Let's see. Eight PGN 526. 8EA. I can't really see that one. Yeah, 7302 9R2.
What's your name, Mom?
This is audible activity.
You said what? Audible.
License 8FAJ 408. Six WRK 212. 7NTD 056. It is currently 9:40 a.m. And what I was showing in the video also that I pointed out, again, this goes without saying because I'm showing you in video the real-time movement of the state's fake sun while I'm in transit. The state's fake sun is stationary while these demons cross path. 253 N47 Nevada. 8 TIJ 938. Securitas 8VRY 270. 6SDL 371. 6B BN 023. 7GWH 250. And contrary to what is the conduct that the state engages in, the actual sun, 5XRM754, is not moving in real time, remaining over you everywhere that you are moving. That's what I'm documenting, though, while the state is stalking and targeting with a light source, a fake sun. 5059971. And as you see them in motion, them being the demons, the people of the state, the government that's patrolling all around, while the state is keeping stationary presence over me. 8LQE307, 5WJG587, and then it moves as I move, which I've shown in the documentation. 7TIX476. All right, while they're driving, for example, moving on the bus, the state's fake sun is remaining stationary at the B&G Plaza. But when I'm on that bus, it is not remaining at the B&G Plaza because I would not be able to capture it as I get off the bus in Fontana, okay? I would not be able to capture it while it's in real-time movement over the Ontario airport while we're on that property in real-time movement. Keeping that presence in alignment with me while I'm on the bus is revealing what is real-time movement of a light source that is not the sun. And while these vehicles that I'm documenting by license plate, while they're in motion, crossing path is what the demons are doing. It's demonic activity. While they are crossing path, the state is maintaining a stationary presence over me. All right. So you were talking about what is the impossible occurrence, which is, again, targeting. This is how the government is targeting, and it's stalking with the fake sun that is remaining at 9:42 a.m. It's at B&G Plaza. Again, like I stated in my video earlier this morning, this is 11:42 Central Standard Time. All right. And this is 12:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where the state is keeping a fake sun in the city of Ontario. This is not the sun that's remaining over a single address on the West Coast in a specific county over a specific address. All right, and that is what is the exclusivity of documenting what is a fake sun. It is to the exclusion of every other place, because by virtue of the fact that the state is using what is a fake sun, there's only one. All right, so license 8 BGE 635. 8AYK351, 7FXC846, 28879F1, I believe. Salazar Towing is crossing path as well. 8TFX547, 3586. I can't see the rest of them. And it is currently 9:43 a.m. That is 11:43 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is 12:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the actual sun is not remaining over the state's fake sun, all right, is remaining over B&G Plaza over me. 5XPP231, which is also in conflict with being anywhere over me in the sky space in Glendora. License 6NVE711, remaining over the Motel 6 at 1560 East 4th Street. It's very, very exclusive. All right, it is currently, let me get this, license AS453. Yeah, that's a handicap. It's currently 9:40. It's still 9:43 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. City of Ontario group stalking on Plum, turning west onto Hope Boulevard right now at 9:44 a.m. License plates 4H XY827, I believe. $8YDU339. Three, 4, 5, 4, 6 K2. License 6SIT005 8A110 8A1, I can't say the rest of it. City of Ontario, crossing path. BGKLUNA 7RUC346 8EMH 520 6NEU 224 8TNZ 684. Alrighty, it's 9:45 a.m. Like I stated, also, what you're going to recall, this is just common sense as I'm revealing what is a entirely demented state system, showing what is the psychopath. And what is the psychopath? It's demon possession. And so this is a demonic system. These are demons that are targeting one together, and I'm prosecuting all of them. And I'm also showing you what is demonic activity. While the state's fake sun is remaining over the Motel 6 after 11 a.m. 7WYX035, and I'm showing you what is then at the Arco across the street from the Motel 6, and then I'm showing you what is remaining over me while we're driving down what is Euclid Avenue. The state has engaged in the pattern of keeping its fake sun over the 280 North Lemon Apartments as I arrive at the Obit Family Community Library, hovering over what is over my head as I leave from B&G Plaza and walk up Plum through the parking lot of the City Hall, a state facilitating venue, 4HHC 698. And the state is keeping its fake sun over me as I am walking that path. And yet you have the state keeping its fake sun over me as I am at the Motel 6 at 1560 East 4th Street, 8VCW 625. That is revealing what is the ongoing stalking of light. It's, like I said, I've already shown you, I've already told you, and that's exactly what that's revealing. 3CCR, I can't really see the rest of that one, and that is showing what is stalking by law enforcement as I'm capturing these puppets of Satan in the position of law enforcement engaging in this satanic targeting system. 61525Y2. And you are understanding what is the stalking with the fake sun, and that's why that light source. First of all, it's clearly not the sun as it's hovering over me and hovering over the venues and then remaining for the duration of the day. But you also have, again, what I've shown while you were remaining at Motel 6 where I'm at, that is to the exclusion of being over the Ovid Family Community Library. And then also you're talking about what is, yesterday I went toward Fontana, and the state's documentation, my documentation showing the state's conduct of remaining, one, I'm in Ontario, not going anywhere near the city of Fontana. It's remaining. 8X, I can't really see that one. And so that's what I showed again yesterday. 8MTR577. That's what I'm showing again right now. Okay. You have what is the state keeping its fake sun here at the B&G Plaza. That is to the exclusion of being anywhere over the sky space. Contrary to what I showed you, I remain at that venue at the Motel 6 until after 11 a.m. And this is why I'm showing you video. When I'm leaving the Motel 6, it remains directly over me. En route to this venue where the state's fake sun is here in the same position over the parking lot in alignment central over my head, maintaining this presence in what is supposed to be the zenith of this light source, not the sun. All right. But how does this coexist with being over the 280 North Limit Apartments while I'm at the library? It doesn't. You're stalking with the fake sun. And that's entirely demonic. That is terrorism while the government is targeting you. All right. License plate, 8MXY146. Currently 9:49 a.m. That is 11:49 Central Standard Time. 9897 8D1. That is 12:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7618383. I believe I can't really say that one. 8TWF 105. 8YJ. I can't really say that one. BVF. I don't know. That's a colorful license plate. I can't see it from here. 8VO1613. 6EY 543, but I'm missing a character. I can't see that whole license plate. It's 9:49 a.m. RIY 392 77441F1. $88657G3. That's MG Pallets Incorporated, and also touching while they're stalking in the path. Staples is crossing paths, driving in the opposite direction, driving west on Holt Boulevard, coming from Plum. It is currently 9:50 a.m. The municipality patrolling, license 1554788, that's City of Ontario. Demons stalking in a dumpster truck. They represent the municipality, that's the City of Ontario. License plate. Let's see. 2MGW420, while the state creates impossible light activity, shadow moving across the upper portion of Ontario Town Square townhomes, while Southwest Airlines is group stalking, hovering over the B&G Plaza, while Demon 8VO1613 is also stalking in the parking lot after crossing path on Holt Boulevard. I already recited their license plate. Okay, that demon is pacing, using their vehicle as a means of light while they're pacing, going forward and reversing, and going forward and reversing, while the state is hovering, while the state is creating impossible light activity. Okay, it is 9:51 a.m. It's just breaking down the conduct of absolute psychopaths. They're demons that are stalking together. That in and of itself is psychopath conduct. Oh, but it gets deeper than that. They stalk and chase into the bathroom. 7GCR983, 7VAR162, 7YTV126, 8MGB550. All right, and this sex offender likes to molest. 8WZC671-1370398. Bus number 1327. They chase into the bathroom. They engage in group surveillance, listening to you pull your panties up and down, listen to everything that's ongoing inside, while they also want to be close, stalking in a bathroom stall, because that's all that a demon is doing. Where that demon is in the natural, using the bathroom while doing so, they are focused on you. They're focused on what's going on with your genitalia, what's going on with your panties, what's going on with your pants as you're pulling them up and down, while they are stalking in that private space under a fake sun and indirect light. 19268K2. And that's all that's going on under a fake sun, by the way. 4MQT206. 8PFA498. And then the demons get mad when you identify their conduct as what is sexually violent, and that's exactly what it is. 1469823. 6RHR990. License 9G38262, JCM Trucking Incorporated. 7NVL824. That's unprecedented sexual violence by an entire government and the people. 9621582. All right, that's the demented group stalker. Whew, that is monitoring your documentation. All right, 8XFR755, 8DDS932. Engaging in the conduct that I'm showing you right here in plain view while I'm outside of the bathroom. This is what this sex offending group stalking psychopath that is of the demonic is doing while you're inside of the bathroom, pulling your pulling your panties down, and I'm describing it that way because that's exactly what they're doing, and it needs to be known. That is the sexual violence that the entity is engaging in, and it bears no reflection on the one subject to that sexual violence by an entire entity. Demons focused on you. That is the sex offender. That is, and let me be clear, sexual violence is inherent to demon-possessed actors. They are sickos that derive pleasure out of that, by the way. License 6MJO 693, or 6MJD 693, 210672. License 8SPC 744, 8TBE 811, 7KJK248, 7LBL 722, 6B, I can't say that one, 7ZXU 245, 8VJE 079, 7WFG 491, 6NRR 315, 8WZC 671, 8GBX 997. And with regard to a government that is practicing this targeting system, any closeted psychopath and sex offender yet to be revealed, all right, is able to engage in their satiation for such perverted conduct by virtue of engaging in the state's pattern of conduct, by virtue of it. All right, the state is providing, in other words, the ability for a sex offender that likes to engage in surveilling one in the bathroom, listening and watching and stalking inside of that private space, thinking that it's a secret, it's concealed because this is a government system. And how are you going to be able to identify a stalker when you don't know their name? All right, these are all the false premises upon the state system. The ordinary sex offender is able to engage in that sexually violent appetite. 6WBG566, 78113G3, where they're engaging in the pattern of conduct with the government. All right. So all you got to do is go in relevant position to the American citizen who's being targeted when you want to get your fill for the day of engaging in stalking and monitoring one that's inside of the private space. The ordinary sex offender is able to engage in that sort of conduct on behalf of the government. That's the P.O.C. Okay. Imagine all the sickos that are engaging in that derive pleasure out of that. Demons do in general. But I'm talking about those freaks of nature, those sex offenders that you can imagine. That's the state's pattern of conduct. So they can just come in relevant position and engage in that with the government. It's the P.O.C. 8LVH995. Entirely perverted. It's an infliction of harm which you cannot quantify. All right? 7C95081, and it is sexual violence by an entire entity. 7UXM399. And it is the pattern of conduct. 59983B2. 36765K1, 8SYY933, ETC GRG, 6SDP940, 8TXV624, 7JXR329, 7YYD878, 19384K2, 7ZFE406. It's currently 9:57 a.m. 8EVG620. Bus number 1346 is loitering in relevant position at Lemon and Holt Boulevard at 9:57 a.m. Let's see. 8MUB453, 8NSZ168, 8PRN275, 0795, 7F2, 7J. I can't really see that one. It's still 9:57. It's a demon stalking with audible activity, making noise with simultaneity to my most minute movements. And understand that level of watchfulness and observation and activity creation is ongoing while your panties are down, while you're pulling down your panties, while you're engaging in private activity, what is supposed to be private, which the government is literally has obliterated while it is operating this satanic system. All right, Satan thinking, and the government thinking, because this is Satan operating over a government and a people, thinking that it has any business whatsoever with regard to what's going on between you and your panties in the bathroom. That's a sex offender. License plate 6SUP 454 7YBN 959 5KHK 805 7AUB 223 EV 93 727 6ZJA 200 7XIV 490 8SBL 403 8LZW 382 That's Union Pacific. It's 9:59 a.m. It's 10 o'clock. That is, by the way, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where the state is keeping a fake sun over me at the B&G Plaza in Ontario, California. 8LRY 432 05427Y1 SoCal Edison crossing path. I can't see that. That's an Arizona plate on that vehicle. 6SDB097 8MQN291 7VAR162 City of Ontario crossing path again. License 4WRV108 8KTS607 8MUB875 5ETH225 25695H3 LV. I'm sorry, that's JVIDA 30107A1 8LIE 807, I believe, or 8LIF 807. You can see if that was an E or F. 8SGC. I can't see the rest of them though. You can scratch that. 8MFY601 8KTE634 7WMG124 5YLB. I can't see the rest of them. You can scratch that. HVZ711 8PKR446 That's audible activity at 10:02 a.m. And this is the state's fake sun that's over the B&G Plaza and not over the 280 North Lemon Apartments, as I'm facing south to show you what is the fake sun. At this time, where I'm already at the venue of the library, the state's fake sun is engaged in what is a grand departure from any presence over the B&G Plaza while I'm facing south. The state's fake sun is hovering over the 280 North Lemon Apartments, over the parking lot, over what is the front of the library while I'm sitting at the front facing this structure where McCarthy is in relevant position. 71014E3. The state is keeping its fake sun in direct conflict with that, which is showing what is stalking with light. It's in conflict because that's not the actual sun. All right, and let alone is the actual sun remaining over your head, where you are moving in real time, all right, and hovering while doing so, and also you're looking at what is directed light. All of this is the ongoing evidence of what is stalking with the fake sun, which is an overall stalking with light, and this is what demons do. All right, it is 10:03 a.m. 8SQE438, 50244M2, 8TGD138, 7KP053, I believe. Can't really see that one. Substantially similar. 3846382, touching while they're stalking. 7FGE179, 7PLL554, SEBK97. 72, I can't really see that one. 7Z24139, I believe. 62462P1. 7ZZW 833. Currently 10:04 a.m. 5JDL 694, 8FMD 347, 5BAE 325, 8BHB 994. Or you can scratch that one. I don't think that was correct. I think it's 8HBH 994, but you can scratch 8UJ. You can scratch that one too. I can't see that one. It is 10:05 a.m. Eight YOL 666, 6EBL 670, 7 HWU 918, 9G 41698, Velocity Truck Rental and Leasing, carrying a Honeyville Farms trailer. It's currently 10:06 a.m. 7MNF 466, Omnitrans 1234524. Touching with directed light, bus number 1218 at 10:06 a.m. Seven CDJ 892, 7F ZX 889, 7S9 4008, I believe. 10:06 a.m. Omnitrans is loitering right here at B&G Plaza. That's a demon using that bus as a means of stalking with audible activity as I turn my head to look toward that demon on that bus that's listening to every syllable that I utter and going out of their way touching while they're stalking. It's 10:07 a.m. All right, I did show video at 10:07 a.m. illustrating my point of the puppets that are the Glendora Police Department, demonstrating what is the state system in operation, where the state is stalking with a fake sun, and this was in Los Angeles County. Los Angeles County is west of San Bernardino County, and on the December 24th, 2021, where I am on Route 66 at Grand. I'm showing the Glendora Police Department engaging in federal stalking, engaging in terrorism while doing so in the position of law enforcement, demonstrating demon possession, and also engaging in what is the pattern of conduct while the state kept its fake sun in alignment with me through the window. That's what I'm showing at 10:07 a.m. And this is 10:07 a.m. where I have shown this morning, since I'm starting this podcast, the state keeping its fake sun over me while I'm coming out of Andy's Burgers, which the state is doing while I'm coming from what is 630 North Fern, following with a fake sun, which is remaining in Ontario, maintaining stationary presence, as opposed to what I'm showing you at 10:07 a.m. And this is just a particular timestamp illustrative of what is stalking with light, where the state is moving in real time with its fake sun while I am en route in Los Angeles County on Route 66 at Grand Avenue, where the Glendora Police Department are engaging in the P.O.C. It is currently 10:10 a.m. license 91925Y2, where I'm documenting Southwest Airlines, 7UQF798, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, the Ontario Police Department, the United States Postal Service, UPS, you can fill in the blank, BRTA, and the state acting via helicopter, engaging in terrorism under what is a fake sun, 8NNE724, and the state keeping its fake sun, which I will show you what is over the Andy's Burgers drive-thru now as I have moved from the bus, which, as you know, based on my documentation that I published on December 24th, the state's fake sun is remaining over me as I am then going to the Shell gas station at Lone Hill Avenue and what is Route 66, where the state's fake sun is in alignment to me while I'm sitting in the vehicle at that gas station. And you have what is stationary presence at one location where I'm sitting at the B&G Plaza on the bus stop, and as I walk feet away in a different direction, that is walking west towards the drive-thru where demons are stalking in a drive-thru, you have what is the state's fake sun that's right over that drive-thru. That's the identification of what are demons and what are stalkers on behalf of the government under what is a fake sun, and that does not coexist and is impossible with what is the state's fake sun that remained over me while I'm in Glendora, which is west of this location, nowhere even in the same sky space. All right, this is P.O.C. 8NNE724 6V63519. What you also see in that video is the state that is hovering with a commercial airline plane, and as with simultaneity to my rising up out of my seat, the state engages in what is sounding plane activity and hovering in this plane, which you can see at its elevation, and it immediately engages in a turn. The entity was already stalking present. It's not a coincidence. This is the pattern of conduct under what is the fake sun, as I'm drawing that contrast to 10:07 a.m. on December 24th, where I'm in the Los Angeles County documenting Glendora Police Department, 8XPT968. 08471E3. This is the commercial actor, Environmental Cleaning Organization, LLC. It's got Eco, cleaned by eco.com. They're stalking. Directed light, 5WBR803 while they drive by. Directed light. And let's see, SoCal Gas is loitering in the parking lot. I read their license plate about 30 minutes ago. They're loitering in the parking lot. They're stalking 7LMM712. And I did capture an image of what is the state's fake sun that is over the Andy's Burgers drive-thru. That is audible activity created by Brian's Automotive, stalking in the path as well. You have what is the state's fake sun that is moving in real time as I move from the B&G Park bus stop area. All right, that is the ongoing stalking with a light source. That is the pattern of conduct, and that's exactly what the state was doing while I was in Los Angeles County. 8MLV108, City of Ontario crossing path again. It is currently 10:13 a.m. 8RMM416, 8AJJ881, 7YRX078, 6UXN277. I am now crossing the street on Plum, walking north of Plum, crossing the street. City of Ontario, license 1602154, vehicle 5579. Demon stalking a municipality vehicle under the fake sun, which is moving in real time. 7C83543. And this demon's license plate, let's see, 78726C2, 8MZS796, 8ELL032, 7C83543, 8LWR175. See that one? 5RBW139, 5DJK62, 4. It's 10:15 a.m. That is Ryder crossing path under the fake sun at 10:15 a.m. 8 MBU 106, 5U 8E 144. These are license plates of third parties parked outside of the Ontario Town Square Townhomes, a facilitating venue where the state's fake sun is moving north up the street as I'm walking up the street. 6ZLM 984, 7MZP 329, 7UTV 767. One two one three five U2, 4NHC 969, 8UVE 601, 7FAX 171. It's currently 10:16 a.m. JMR 419. That's an Iowa plate. 7NQP 901. 8W, can't really see that one. And believe me, they're speeding off, both creating audible activity and trying to flee from being recited on my podcast. It's 10:16 a.m. So hilarious. Satan can dish it out, but Satan cannot take it. And understand, no demon is going to be able to bear a federal prosecution in concert and on behalf of a government. And it's designed as such. It's 10:17 a.m. Alrighty, showing video of what is the state stalking with a fake sun as I am at 10:17 a.m. and I'm drawing that drawing that contrast, showing you what is the state's fake sun over me in Glendora, as I showed you at that Shell gas station, where it was aiming on me through the windshield, and the demons that are patrolling all around in traffic, whose license plate I recited. The state kept its fake sun over me, which I also show because I then go to Walmart as well. The state is keeping its fake sun over me, present over my head as I am moving around in that parking lot. I exit at 12:33. I capture that on video. I show you as I move in the parking lot. Well, it's keeping it over my head just like it is right now as I'm walking through the parking lot of the Ontario City Hall, the 280 North Limit Apartments, the Ontario Senior Center. And this is all in conflict, mutually exclusive, if you will. Also showing what is not the sun while the state is engaging in that real-time movement, keeping it over me everywhere that I move. And that is also showing what is, regardless of any location that you're at, any city, any county, all right? That is going from what is Los Angeles County to what is San Bernardino County, which is where I'm at right now. And you have the state engaging in that pattern of stalking with a light source, which you're also understanding with regard to what is Pacific Standard Time, Central Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, where the state is revealing what is a government system. And so where you are looking at what's supposed to be the sun over Florida, which is a sunshiny state, that is not the sun, all right? That is over me in California. That's remaining over me, all right? That's the ongoing macro level analysis and understanding of what is stalking with a fake sun, let alone the fact that you are not, the sun is not actually hovering over me, maintaining central presence like you see in my documentation, where you are both in Glendora at the same central presence over me, very precise to where I'm located, always following with this light source that is hovering over me. And at that same time at 10:17 a.m., that's what I was showing in the city of Glendora. All right, 10:17 a.m. In the parking lot where City of Ontario is stalking and waving and saying hello while they know I am preparing to document that that's a demon, all right? That's P.O.C. while they're crossing path. It is currently 10:21 a.m. and the state's fake sun is here at the Ovid Family Community Library over the 280 North Limit Apartments, in direct conflict with ever being able to be captured at the Walmart, at the Glendora Walmart, as I showed again on December 24th, let alone yesterday as I remained at the Motel 6 until after 11 a.m., if you recall that. The state's fake sun is engaging in following where I am. The state, in other words, is following with what is a fake sun. All right, and it is 10:22 a.m. and this is P.O.C. These demons that are stalking at the entrance, maintaining presence as I enter inside of the venue under the fake sun that is now over the 280 North Limit Apartments at 10:22 a.m. is 7Y92443. Directed light while this demon 5GKC129 crosses path. All right, it is 10:22 a.m. and the state's fake sun is over the 280 North Limit Apartments, and that is impossible to coexist with being over 1560, the Motel 6, where it remained after 11 a.m., which I showed while the state followed from the Motel 6 to the B&G Plaza, okay, where I did not even go toward the Ovid Family Community Library, P.O.C. It is 10:49 a.m. and the state's fake sun is over the 280 North Limit Apartments, as I showed you. It's following from the B&G Plaza. Directed light is present inside of the venue. I have two shadows of my hand in front of me on the sink inside of the private space where the entity is currently stalking in the bathroom. And again, the state is keeping its fake sun over the Motel 6 at 1560 East 4th Street 24 hours ago. The state is keeping a fake sun over me in Los Angeles County in Glendora. The entity is presently in the bathroom, tracking my every move, stalking inside of the private space. That is the entity that is demon possessed, engaging in that sexual violence, with knowledge of the fact that you are documenting them. That is the ongoing terrorism and the conduct of the sex offender, and that is the government stalking in the bathroom. This is Ovid Family Community Library. On the surveillance cameras at 10:50 a.m., that demon is maintaining presence in the bathroom stall, then crossing path, exiting on surveillance camera, making noise while she's walking in direct light, which is present in the bathroom. Okay, it is 10:50 a.m. That is P.O.C. Alrighty, I did capture video. First of all, what is a group stalker? This is a demon that's stalking in a bathroom. That's a sex offender, acting on behalf of the people and on behalf of the government. This is what is relevant positioning and activity creation, and doing it also in directed light, which is inside of the bathroom. Under what is the fake sun? And this demon is maintaining presence while I'm walking in the bathroom. They're stalking in the path. And they're creating activity while a demon flushes the toilet, while a demon comes in, slams the door, while a demon is stalking in the path while I flush the toilet, while I document, while you're also looking at what is directed light. All right, and so this is the sex offender that is stalking in the bathroom. This is ongoing activity creation, an absolute psychopath, and a violent sex offender, okay? That is Satan. That's the state that's stalking in the bathroom, okay? And the faces of Satan is not based on any race. All right, you're identifying it based on that demonic environment which is present inside of the Ovid Family Community Library under the fake sun. It's 10:59 a.m. and this demon is on surveillance camera. It's I'm exiting the bathroom right now, which I am referencing the camera as well. And I'm going to show what is, again, as I already showed, which is the fake sun that remains over me. And the state already engaged in providing that documentation of what is remaining with the fake sun, which is in conflict with remaining present over the Motel 6, as I'm documenting as well. And that demon is crouching in the bathroom stall, which I captured in a still image, while she's in directed light. All right, so you can use any demon you want, do whatever you want. You're stalking in the private space, and that's the sex offender. While the state is maintaining presence, literally demons coming in and out in order to monitor, and doing so outside. O-Park is in relevant position. O-P-A-R-C, they are monitoring me in the bathroom. They're stalking in the path. McCarthy is monitoring in the bathroom. This is what you're hearing. This is the reality of what's ongoing while the demons are patrolling inside of the restroom. I showed you this at 11:50 a.m. where I was drawing the contrast of the absence of the light source over the Ontario Village Shopping Center. And while I walk outside, the Ontario Police Department are stalking under the fake sun. That's exactly what they're doing. There is no difference, and they're doing it while a state is stalking with the fake sun. That's the conduct of the sex offender, okay? In the state, it is currently 11 a.m., and 24 hours ago, I remain at the Motel 6, all right? This demon is crossing paths right now, 8VDH588, and they are engaging in what is surrounding inside of the bathroom with knowledge of your documentation, and like I said, the totality of that entity is engaging in that sexual violence together, engaging in surveillance, and then Satan comes in, then the state of California comes in to the bathroom to crouch next to you while they are engaged in real-time knowledge and surveillance of you pulling your panties up and down, engaging in any activity, stalking with audible activity, maintaining directed light, which I capture in video inside of the bathroom while the fake sun is over, and the entirety of that venue on the inside is filled with directed light as well, okay? That is the intent, to engage in surveillance, to engage in what is sexually violent harm, to engage in what is terrorism and federal stalking inside of the private space. And where is the state hovering with airplanes right now? Right here at the Ovid Family Community Library, not over the B&G Plaza, where I am as well. It's 11:01 a.m. That is the group stalker. That is Prime Air. All right, documenting what is Amazon Prime crossing path, hovering over the 280 North Limit Apartments, documenting what is the presence of the fake sun while the entity, which is demon possessed, is stalking in the bathroom, which is the sex offender. All right, you have what is the state's fake sun, indirect conflict with, again, with what is remaining over the Motel 6 at 1560 East 4th Street, and you're looking at what is the placement of that state's directed light underneath the entrance, where the state is remaining for the duration of the day, as I've also shown, illuminating the entrance of the Ovid Family Community Library, where whereas it's remaining over me in the city of Glendora in Los Angeles County. At this time, I'm showing you what is the ongoing cumulative documentation of what our demons and the government, all right, this is the combination of that sexually violent conduct while they're stalking in the bathroom, okay? And as they listen to me recite the fact that that is the conduct of a sex offender, and that's exactly what you are based on your deeds, which are entirely demented and sexually motivated and perverted, it is criminal with regard to what is federal stalking inside of that venue. And that's why I captured on video and in images what is directed light, relevant positioning, activity creation, vicariously on behalf of the government that is acting via Amazon Prime, who is hovering over the 280 North Limit Apartments, where the fake sun is also hovering over that 280 North Limit Apartments, which is a facilitating venue, while the state is aiming directed light underneath the entrance of that Ovid Family Community Library. And while I'm showing you at the same time, 24 hours ago, the state's fake sun is remaining over the Motel 6. And while on December 24th, the state's fake sun is over me in Glendora, that is how you are understanding what is directed light. That's not sunlight that the state is aiming underneath the entrance, okay, while they're stalking in the bathroom. Demons are patrolling in and out of the entrance in that directed light. That's what they're doing inside of the bathroom. That's why directed light is there. They're sex offenders, okay, and they're demon-possessed ones. It is 11:04 a.m., and this is P.O.C. Okay, it is currently 3:03 p.m. and I just captured video of what is the Ontario Police Department, who are stalking the path as I walk to the restroom. This is tracking every movement, and this is the ongoing obsessive and determined conduct of demon-possessed actors who represent the government. This is a terrorizing threat. They are in directed light. They are monitoring the documentation, and this particular Ontario police officer is crossing path as I'm walking toward the restroom, which is known where you are in directed light. Understand all the pattern of conduct is revealed, so I'm speaking to what is that ongoing terrorism by an entity, while this demonic entity that is acting in concert with what is the public entity, the state of California, as Ontario police enters inside of the venue to engage in stalking and monitoring. And I'm capturing on video what is relevant positioning, stalking in the path, in directed light, an operation of a communication device acting in concert with the venue, which is Securitas, who enters the private space. And that form of what is stalking with audible activity while I'm in the bathroom is entering in to solicit services. I'm sorry, not to solicit services, but to offer what are services that they're not handing out. And so with regard to what specifically reference, oh, do you want a voucher? This is something that is a means of audible activity inside of the bathroom, which I've already shown you is present, which is directed light, abnormal light. That's the state's engineered light that's present inside of the bathroom. You're a sex offender. It's present for that purpose. You're engaging in surveillance and stalking, and that's all you're doing in directed light. And you have what is the systematic presence of sex offenders entering in and out, engaging in this state surveillance of an American citizen while you're monitoring, all right? And it is what is also demons who maintain real-time knowledge of what you are doing while they are on the opposite side of a wall or the door or a ceiling. This is the sexual violence that American citizens are subject to while the government is monitoring you, while the people of the state, demon-possessed stalkers, are monitoring you, unbeknownst to you, okay? This is revealing what is that sex offender, okay? And what is also that psychopath, okay? Because not only is it a sex offender when you're understanding what they're doing, and I'm breaking it down, and then you're seeing what is the environment, it's entirely demonic, and then you are also understanding what is the knowledge that they have while they continue to engage in that, while they are monitoring your documentation. Hello.
Economy and right down from here, they have a room available.
I know, but she didn't. Where did you get that? She wasn't talking about any services or anything.
I'm trying to help you. I told you I tried to help you.
You said it was coming from Ontario PD, though, right?
They coming. She was here for something else.
Oh, well, you told me in the bathroom that she was there
for the outreach.
Oh, okay.
So, do you want to try to get a room or what, Erica? Ain't nothing wrong with
this is something you
on the city for a couple of days. This is something they have available. I just checked with the hotel. They have a voucher over there. You think you can get down there off of Euclid?
No, getting down there.
Or are you going to wait?
No, I know about economy, and I've been there before. What I was going to say is that getting down there is not a problem. What I'm saying is, oh, your nails are nice. What I was going to say is, you know for a fact that they're actually extending that or something?
Yes. That's why I'm trying to help you. Because you said, black people don't. But
it has nothing to do with being black. I'll tell you that.
I'm just telling you what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm. If you know where I'm at, I'm sitting here. So if you find out something, because when
that's it. I just talked to them.
So what do you want me to do?
You want to go down there and call them and tell them Do you want the room right now? They have the vouchers available at the hotel.
Oh, it's like for right now? You got a room like right now?
No, when you want to go, you can call and tell them. Let me give you this number.
Do you know who it's through? Is it through Mercy House?
They have it. They have it there. Write that number down.
That's the number for the hotel?
And you can call and tell them you are interested in the vouchers.
Call the hotel myself?
Yes, they have them available.
Let me get a, Can I use your pen?
Yes, you can.
My hands are clean, don't worry.
I'm just not going
Okay.
That's 909.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and this is the actual hotel. I think I remember their number. This is, they want me to call Economy and myself.
You can call and tell them your situation. You told they have a voucher, and once you get down there, the police signs it off, and you can stay there. But call them to see. Double check. She wants to know you want one bed, two beds. She want one bed, right?
It's just me. It will be one bed.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Work on it.
Okay, this is P.O.C. And so anyway, this is, I'll go through that. Let me go through P.O.C. inside of the bathroom. This is form for engaging in the ongoing elements of monitoring. It does not change with regard to what is the presence of the state's environment. And so what I captured on video is the entity acting, and this is the same officer that I have documented with San Bernardino County with Officer Guerrero, who was present also with Officer Awad, and this was upon my, this was November when I was coming to the Ovid Family Community Library after what was October 20th, when this entity engaged in criminal summoning pursuant to what is knowledge of being documented, engaging in what is entirely, they should be embarrassed and they should be ashamed, because that's what it's born from, and they should be scared as well. But it is a federal charge and also grounds for federal prison when you are engaging in what is criminal summoning, and federal group stalking and monitoring is underway. The law enforcement are engaging in monitoring and stalking with you, and you are by virtue engagement in the P.O.C. That's criminal facilitation. All right, so you're talking about what is circular conduct. They're monitoring together, summoning the entity that's monitoring with them, all to obstruct justice, and that's the P.O.C. So just giving you history, this particular officer is the one I'm capturing on video, and as I step out of the bathroom upon entrance by Securitas, the employee who you're hearing right now, she represents Securitas at Ovid Family Community Library. She's entering inside of the bathroom. She's stalking with activity in doing so. And what is the compassionate form, all right? And like I said, Satan's compassionate forms, giving out water, saying God bless you, calling your venue a church, that is under the fake sun and indirect light while you're engaging in what is a satanic targeting system, which is terrorism, is no form. All right. So in no way are you being deceived. The ongoing elements remain. This is an entity that has been surrounded by documentation and is acting accordingly. So be mindful of this. So like I said, with regard to the entrance into the bathroom and then the immediate creation of audible activity, and I will go into the substance of that audible activity, which is the means whereby you are stalking with audible activity inside what is directed light, which is in the bathroom and outside of the bathroom. And the state's light source remains present regardless of the state's engagement in trying to cover up its fake sun. You have already seen the maintenance of the state's fake sun throughout the entirety of the day, through the morning, through the afternoon, and upon my exit. You're talking about recently as late as 4 p.m. I step outside, and what am I showing you? The state's fake sun. That's remaining in alignment. It is the psychopath that is engaging in covering up its fake sun. It's not going anywhere, and that documentation does not go anywhere, and that ongoing existing established pattern of conduct does not go anywhere. So it is with regard to entrance inside of the bathroom. Oh, do you want a voucher? Oh, they're giving away vouchers, and the entity that is monitoring will literally make it up. I mean, you talk about a demon that comes up with they're giving away gift cards. They will make up a gift card. They will create that. Okay. So like I said, this is the reality of that, especially when you're documenting it. Okay. So this is what they're it's no competition, but this is what the entity is confronted with when you're being documented. And she enters, and it doesn't matter if she was talking about somebody that was giving birth in the middle of the library right now. It is audible activity. It's monitoring in the private space, and do not be distracted by that. It does not change. All right. So entering in and talking about some voucher, which then the officer who was stalking in the path outside in directed light, holding her communication device up toward her neck to keep it in perfect alignment. She is directly monitoring and stalking in the path on surveillance camera. Engaging in any sort of business with the library is no form. The library is a venue. The Ontario police officer are state actors. These are demons that are monitoring together. There is no form. And I also go on ahead and capture what is video of the same officer that I referenced. This is the one that I'm capturing, it that I already captured in November with San Bernardino County. And by the way, that ongoing documentation, that San Bernardino County employee never called me back. Not that I needed her to. That was P.O.C. Okay, she could have called me back just to follow through with regard to what they know I was documenting, but she didn't even call back, okay, with what was her form for stalking and monitoring. Okay, this same officer was with that group. She is stalking and monitoring, acting in concert with a security guard who was entering in, pursuant to the demonic behavioral pattern of a sudden move that I make in the bathroom, entering in what is directed light. So this is how it doesn't matter what you're talking about. Even it's supposed to be something that's supposed to gauge my attention or attract me, such as a voucher to a hotel, where you are engaging in the same sexual violence inside of the private space. There is no form there. And so what I captured on video is this Ontario police officer. This is a terrorizing threat. She is in operation of a communication device. She is engaging in what is sexual violence. She's literally present stalking inside of the bathroom. That is a terrorizing threat, while the entity is going to such extents to monitor and engage in that surveillance. And it is the conduct and documentation of the sex offender that's doing so while I'm physically indisposed, genitalia exposed, which everywhere that I'm going and what I am doing inside of that private space is a matter of public information by the public entity and the people of the state who are demons and who are together monitoring and surveilling and stalking. Okay, so I want to be clear on that. And she is stalking in the past, standing outside, and she's literally standing in directed light. And then you have the employee the male, he's walking toward the bathroom, he's crossing path in directed light, engaging in the P.O.C. They're demons that are doing it in plain sight. I'm breaking it down for you so you're understanding step by step what they're doing, and it is deliberate. It is systematic with regard to the ongoing engagement in the criminal elements of monitoring. And even as you hear now, as I go back to my seat and I sit down, and she is returning, I call this follow through, giving me more information, giving me the number to Economy Inn. Economy Inn does not issue vouchers. They are a business engaged in the P.O.C. They're a venue, okay, but they are not giving away vouchers. So that is, nonetheless, let me focus. The point is that she is coming back here, and you're understanding, I just showed you earlier what is directed light: looking at a book, stalking in the path, reading a book, sitting around talking on the phone, walking around, running around like the little underage demons do, sitting around banging, making noises. They're doing it in directed light. Talking about a voucher to a hotel is being done in directed light. It's the ongoing three elements of monitoring. You're in directed light, you're in relevant position, you're creating an audible activity. All right, and all of this the entity is doing with knowledge of the fact that they're being documented. All right, which is speaking to what is the conduct of a psychopath, a terrorist, and a sex offender. All right, it is 3:15 p.m. and this is P.O.C. All right, it is currently 3:29 p.m. and I have Corporal Nunn, his Corporal Ronnie Nunn. This appears to be an African-American male, short haircut, salted hair, what do you call it? Like salt and pepper, gray hair, on his head, and he's olive skin, and he is with the female that I documented on video, who's monitoring in the bathroom, and with another officer, and there's three of them. First of all, this is P.O.C, and second of all, I want to provide what is documentation of what is the ongoing follow-through by the entity, speaking to, we're providing vouchers today, and I want to speak to what is, I want to speak to what is the claim that the entity, this is Mercy House, which is a third party. I've already documented them. The State's Fake Sun over 435 South Bonview, that is Mercy House. Also Mercy House, when I was in Orange County, was monitoring me as well. The state was keeping a fake sun over that property in Orange County, which is the totality. This is full circle of documentation and the harassment that I was subject to, the ongoing stalking with audible activity that I was subject to inside of that venue where I was in Tustin. That's where the the house was that was provided to me by Mercy House in Orange County, where they were monitoring. And this is Mercy House out here at 435 South Bonneview, where I have heavily documented this venue already, and both at Economy Inn, where they were arriving at that venue monitoring me, where the State's Fake Sun was, and at Economy Inn as well, where they were monitoring, and the State's Fake Sun was over that venue, remained over that venue, followed me to and from that venue, replete with directed light as well. And so this is the Ontario Police that are present, and Corporal Ronnie Nunn, he is speaking to what is the provision of a voucher, and you got to go right now, and it's everything is like mysterious, you don't know for how long, and it's up to them. And I want to also speak to what is a threat coming out of the mouth of the state that is monitoring together and also monitoring my documentation. And so I'm asking him about the details of this alleged voucher that's supposed to be, oh yeah, we're just trying to, they're giving out vouchers today. And she burst into the bathroom to tell me about it. Which she clearly already knew I was in the bathroom. She busted in to tell me about it, okay, which is also deduced based on the presence of directed light, by the way. But she walks into the bathroom, stalking with audible activity, telling me about a voucher, and I captured this video, and I want to be clear, she's telling me about it, and you hear her on my podcast, I've already published this, you hear the conversation, and while I'm asking the officers themselves about this voucher program, and I asked Nikki about it as well. Well, Nikki is another employee here. I'm just asking them about the details about this program that just arises. Oh yeah, it's occurring when it's when it's raining outside. It's just something that they're providing to the homeless or whatever. This is everything that they're saying while ongoing P.O.C. The P.O.C. is ongoing, okay, and this is supposedly something that they're telling me about. Based on what they know. I mean, I have a luggage carrier, and this is based on the alternate universe, okay, absent the documentation of the pattern of conduct. These are psychopaths. The pattern of conduct is underway. I've already established that. But, okay, based on what I'm carrying, you should not know, but for the fact that I may be homeless because of what I'm carrying on a luggage carrier, which, in my opinion, also in and of itself does not singularly mean that you are homeless. But, okay, I give that. That's fine. And so you have what is this ongoing extension by the security guard who's bursting into the bathroom to tell me about it, and then I'm asking them questions about it. How long does it last? What are the details about it? Hi, Ronnie.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
This is Ontario PD number 19994. How's it going?
Good. We are getting ready to go. Did you want to come with us?
To go to Economy Inn right now?
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? 3:33 p.m. I would like to.
Like I said, you'll have your own room. And I think it's up to you if you want to leave early or not. But again, I don't know for how many nights.
No, I understand that.
That's something we can figure out.
Okay. I wanted to document that this is that's Corporal Ronnie Nunn, who comes back here, who's listening to every word that I'm documenting about him, by the way. But he's coming back to affirmatively request whether I'm going to go or not, which you heard me. I do have documentation that I have to handle. This is an obligation that is priority. And so while I obviously would take a room, even though I'm subject to the pattern of conduct, there's an ongoing threat to my life, an ongoing threat by the entity. That goes without being said. And I would understand it's even a threat, as I've already returned to Economy, and that's where they kidnapped me from. And that was taken by the very kidnappers, the Ontario Police Department, okay? The threat is not in any way neutralized. The threat persists. The threat continues. I am documenting in the face of that threat, showing how the government system works, okay? And showing you what demonic activity also looks like. It's malice. It is venomous malice, and it's right in your face, okay? I'm showing you how despicable it is as I shake this man's hand. And it's funny because I'm going to this is illustrative again of what I'm dealing with, what I'm countering, what I'm confronting, okay, what I'm revealing. He shakes my hand. Nice to meet you, beautiful young lady. And before he shook my hand, he was like, "It's okay if I shake your hand?" Sure, my hands are clean. I don't know if his hands are clean, but I don't just mean physically. Like, yes, I just washed my hands, and I'm very conscious about that. But you have what is I'm shaking the dirty hands of a group stalker, a demon possessed one. And so this is what I'm speaking to. And Satan knows exactly what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm saying. But you're talking about dealing with them in their alternate universe until the day that they are forced to recognize the rights of an American citizen, and Satan is put in its place. And that is, Satan has already been put in its place. So I'm talking about spiritually now. Satan has already been put in its place, and the entity knows that. You're talking about what is going to be a matter of judgment. God is not done with regard to handling Satan and all of the evil tactics and this entirety of that system that is to be revealed. Okay, the fact that I was given the discernment to see it and given the ability to literally address it with the my legal skill set, this is not a coincidence, and it's also nothing flattering to me because I didn't ask for it, but this is something that was given to me, and that's what I'm doing. But in this, at the same time, understand the reason why it's also necessary that it's happening to be to me, because if it was happening to someone else, I'm an empathetic person, but you literally cannot do anything for someone else. It has to be you. It has to be the right person. And this is what I understand on this side of eternity. I understand that it has to be me that's experiencing it as opposed to someone else and me looking at it from the outside. I am experiencing and witnessing, documenting, observing, having firsthand knowledge of what is the urgency that's created when the government is stalking, right? And that's what you're listening to while they are talking about a hotel room, standing in directed light, monitoring me while I'm in the private space. And outwardly, what is the demon's form? The demon that is dressed as the Ontario Police Department, the entity engaging in theft of my personal property, everything that I own in the world, stolen by them, okay? Engaging in repeated acts of kidnapping, okay? While they are monitoring my documentation, they know exactly what I have been made aware of and what I began documenting. And this is why you have that show of aggression, which is a matter of documentation, objective evidence, insurmountable and direct evidence, which is also coexisting with my video documentation, my podcast documentation, everything that I already have, okay? So this is Satan that is surrounded. And when I am confronting with this, is it's something that the target individual, myself, I would have to experience it myself in order to advocate on behalf of the ordinary target individual, lacking that. First of all, what you necessarily need is, because this is speaking to the comprehensive legislation, it's relevant that this is demonic activity. And that's exactly what it is. It's directly relevant. You're understanding what is the definition of terrorism and how terrorism is made manifest when you are also understanding it's not just the physical conduct, the activity. It is the criminal mindset, that demented mindset, which is shared amongst a group operating within a government. All right, that's terrorism. And then that criminal system that's in ceaseless operation, it doesn't change, and that threat is not in any way lessened because I'm aware of it, because I'm documenting it, because I'm prosecuting it, and because I'm able to, you see and you hear me address it and confront it. I know who's standing in front of me is Satan. I know exactly who this is and what is ongoing, all right? And they know as well. They don't know the totality of it, because if they knew, a lot of the stuff that they did, they wouldn't have done, because they didn't know what was coming. They still do not know the totality. They know they're going to be prosecuted because they hear me tell them that. They know they're going to federal prison. You heard me say that. That's what's happening. That is what is going to happen, okay? And that is a matter of decreeing. That's strict liability basis. You kidnap, you terrorize, you're going to federal prison, period. Okay. And so you have what is that ongoing P.O.C, and I want to make sure that I speak to that. So it's informative. It's good that you hear this encounter. It does not change the threat. They were engaging in bathroom monitoring and then engaging in what is the form for that bathroom monitoring, while demons are still patrolling around in directed light. These demons are stalking with audible activity while they're, oh my gosh, and then Becky said it. And they're stalking with noise, acting like they're focused on something else. That's a psychopath. All right, acting like they're doing something else when you have 3 shadows around you. That's a psychopath. Acting like you're doing something else when you're trying to offer something that you think is going to distract me, like a hotel voucher, while you're monitoring and you're being a sex offender. That's a psychopath. Okay, so it is currently 3:41 p.m. And with regard to the one whose voice you hear, let me be clear what that is. Okay, that is proof of what is presence in the path. That is proof of engagement in what is terrorism. The substance of that conversation is not changing that. All right, they are present in relevant position at the facilitating venue of the Ovid Family Community Library, also monitoring in what is the private space while they are visibly present. Law enforcement is they are demon possessed. It's the same demonic activity. Remember the levels on the base level. Understand these are demons. This is demonic. So you are talking about understanding, oh yes, what follows, those are demons in police uniforms. These particular demons engaged in repeated acts of kidnapping. And then they are engaging in what is stalking in the venue. That's all you're doing at the venue where the environment is present. You're in directed light. There's no form. There's no form. You can talk about lilies and daisies and roses. There's no form. Okay? And so this is upon what is documenting a malicious system. Okay? And so, like I said, the entity engaging in what is present, speaking on you hear them, my conversation with them, it's relevant positioning, it's audible activity, it's a terrorizing threat, the ongoing elements remain present, and the entity engaging in directly waging that threat, acting in concert with the people of the state at the venue of the Ovid Family Community Library. That's the significance of that, okay? It's currently 3:42 p.m., and this is P.O.C. It's 6:49 p.m. License plate 6 U.S.C. 708. Oh, I have exited the Ovid Family Community Library. I did so on surveillance camera. And as I'm walking out of the bathroom, you will see on those surveillance cameras a third party that is maintaining presence for what is crossing a path, and he promptly exits out of the venue and walks toward what is the side of the Ovid Family Community Library. He's stalking in the path, present for crossing a path as I'm walking out of the bathroom. But like I said, it's 6:50 p.m. and I have exited that venue of the Ovid Family Community Library, and I'm walking on Lemon. I'm at B Street and Lemon. It's P.O.C. 7VMG260, 7JRV088, 7VAD652. I'm at Plum and Hall. They're molesting. I'm crossing the street. It's 6:53 p.m. 8 NGM 103. I'm at the B&G Plaza. I'm walking on the sidewalk, and this is a third party that is crossing the path while the state is molesting with directed light. And Omnitrans is loitering, as you can hear, 1545907, bus number 2363. It's 6:54 p.m. I do reference the surveillance cameras of the Omnitrans bus, which that demon uses as a means to stalk with audible activity as I cross path. 8TWJ222 is molesting. 8VYN775, 7HCM281, 7JBH182. It's currently 6:55 p.m. All right, that's I already read 8VYN775, 7ZRY949. They're on surveillance camera inside of the Showers Liquor, which I just exited, and I completed a purchase inside. It's 6:57 p.m.